70 degrees here in downtown Cleveland as the Indians take the field, ready to do battle with the Texas Rangers on a beautiful evening here at Progressive Field. Fausto Carmona making his warm-up tosses, and we'll take a look right now at Ron Washington's starting nine for the Texas Rangers. Julio Bourbon will lead it off. He's the left fielder. Then Michael Young at third. David Murphy in the DH spot. Marlon Byrd batting cleanup, followed by Josh Hamilton. Hank Blaylock hitting sixth. Jared Saltalamacchia will do the catching and bat seventh. Omar Vizquel batting eighth, and Elvis Andrus will hit ninth.
Fausto Carmona on the mound, making his 15th start of the year and his third since coming back to the big leagues. Carmona, his first two starts, no decisions. But in Detroit, he went 5 innings against Detroit, and he pitched better in his second start against Minnesota. He went 6 innings. And the left-handed batters in his first 2 starts, 4 for 20, which is actually very good because left-handers were hurting him early. Right-handers 6 for 22. So we'll see if Carmona can settle the emotions down early, possibly that first inning like he's had in his last 2 starts, and handle this Texas Rangers lineup. Let's take a look at the Indians defense, brought to you by the Indians Team Shop at the Strip in North Canton. It'll be Crow in left, Sizemore in center, Chuas in right, Peralta at third, Cabrera at short, Valbuena at second, Marte at first, Torres behind the plate.
Rob Drake calling the balls and strikes tonight. Jeff Kellogg at first, Tony Randazzo at second, and Mark Wagner is at third. Ron Washington has his Texas Rangers ball club 5 games in back of the Angels in the AL West, but still very much alive in the American League wild card hunt as well.
Yeah, that's as far as they've been all year long behind the Angels. And the Angels had such a stretch run, or, they played so well there for a while. Texas hung right there with them.
Outside, 2 balls, no strikes. Julio Bourbon batted .307 at AAA Oklahoma City. Born in Mississippi, where his dad was a professor at Mississippi State University. Pitch outside, 3-0 for Carmona. And he fires it in there for a strike. Bourbon taking all the way, probably taking again here on the 3-1 pitch. Now the 3-1 delivery, and it's up high, ball 4. Carmona's 49th walk on the year against 39 strikeouts in over 71 innings of work.
Well, that's he had 41 when he was optioned out, and he was leading the league in walks at that time. So that is his 8th walk since coming back, and this is start number 3.
Yeah. Here's Michael Young. He's in a bit of a funk, and rarely have we ever seen him in a cold spell. Just 1 hit in his last 13 at-bats since having a 14-game hitting streak snapped.
Well, this guy is just like a hit machine. A guy that's rarely heard of, but puts up 200 hits every year. He did not last year for the first time in the last 5 years.
And a good hitter because he uses the entire field and takes advantage of that right center field jet stream in Arlington.
Yeah, he stays back on the ball. He doesn't try to pull it, so he's a good breaking ball hitter. Since Carmona's been back, opposition hitting just 4 for 26 with runners on base. And they have had their share. It seemed like the last start against the Twins, they had their leadoff man aboard every inning out there, and something just went off, and he started to pitch very well.
Well, he's made 3 straight throws over to first base to keep Bourbon close. Runner holds, and the pitch is inside for ball 1. That first inning has been an odyssey for Carmona. The 1-0 pitch. Again, the runner holds, and that's over the inside corner to even the count of 1-1. And on the 1-1 pitch, Young bangs it to third. Peralta goes to second for one. The relay in time. Around the horn they go for a double play.
Boy, the one thing you like about it, though, when he makes you hit the ball, a lot of times it's on the ground, and he's one pitch away from getting 2 outs. Peralta, nice throw, nice turn by Valbuena. They get Young at first base. They've hit into the fewest double plays in the league. That is only the 59th they've hit into. The Indians turn their 117th double play.
Now David Murphy takes a strike, a left-handed heavy lineup for the Rangers here tonight. 6 of the 9 hitters will bat from the left side against Carmona. Murphy, pretty good offensive force for the Rangers. He's hit in 7 of his last 8 games, and over his last 25, batting .299. There are his season numbers. Slow tapper, that's going to go foul. Murphy got off to a slow start. Starting the year 0 for 23, but he's hit .298 ever since. Now the 2-strike pitch. Outside with it. Without Ian Kinsler in the lineup, Rangers looking for somebody to help pick up the slack. And the 1-2. Again, it's outside and a bit low. 2-2. Certainly they upgrade at second base defensively with Omar Vizquel. But offensively at second base, Ian Kinsler has very few peers that can equal what he does with the bat. Now the 2-2. Again, it goes foul. And the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes. Just underway here at Progressive Field. And after a leadoff walk to Julio Bourbon, Michael Young hit into a double play. Fifteenth pitch of the first inning for Carmona. And it's a full count.
Yeah, now, 8 balls, 7 strikes. But it seems like that's how Fausto is. It seems like he goes deep into every count, even when he gets ahead, he 0-2. Sometimes he will let a guy back into the count.
And the payoff pitch poaches it to left field, and Murphy aboard with a 2-out single. So a good piece of 2-out hitting from Murphy.
Yeah, look at that pitch. I mean, you want to talk about down the way. That was off the plate by 3 or 4 inches. That was not even a strike. He just slaps it the other way. That's all he could do with that pitch. That's what you call protecting right there.
Now Marlon Byrd, who had his 11-game hitting streak snapped last night, going 0 for 3.
Fausto's first start of the year this year came against the Rangers. You remember when we opened it up, where Texas really spanked the Indians for 3 games. He went 5 innings, 7 hits, and 6 runs allowed. Walked 2, struck out 4, and allowed 1 home run.
The 0-1. Byrd fouls it away. Nothing in 2 the count.
Marlon Byrd is having a nice year. He's been a very good player for the Rangers, but he's not what you'd consider a typical 4th-place hitter when you have the likes of a Nelson Cruz who's not in the lineup. Kinsler, who is normally a leadoff man. You have Hamilton in your lineup that is not having a good year up to his standards.
The 0-2 in off the plate. Well, when you talk about Marlon Byrd, too, 9 of his 12 home runs have come at home. Only 3 homers this year on the road for Byrd.
Well, that's a good ballpark to hit in.
Peralta goes the short way, and the inning is over. A walk, a hit, 1 man left aboard. Rangers do not score. In the starting 9 for the Tribe, Grady Sizemore leads it off, then Asdrubal Cabrera, followed by Shin-Soo Choo. Peralta, Hafner, and Luis Valbuena in the middle. Then it's Crow, Torregas, and Marte. Indians lineup brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians.
Well, and 23-year-old Tommy Hunter, the right-hander, 4-2 at .263, making his 9th major league start. Off to a very good start for the Texas Rangers. Has never faced the Indians before or a player. He is making his 3rd start on the road. He is 1-0. He's pitched actually very well. He won that start in Oakland in his last start.
Grady Sizemore looks at a first pitch strike. Sizemore 1 for 4, scored a run in last night's game.
It was a big 3rd inning for the Indians last night offensively. A big 5-run inning, and that was it. And then Dustin Nippert, he really settled down. That was his only hiccup. He ended up striking out a career-high 10.
Up the middle it goes, and a base hit for Grady Sizemore. Well, the Indians' leadoff man aboard, and for Sizemore, he scored 10 runs in his last 12 games.
Let's set that Ranger defense behind Hunter this evening. It looks like this: Bourbon in left, Byrd in center, Hamilton in right, Young is at 3rd, Andrus at short, Vizquel is at 2nd, Blaylock at 1st, Saltalamacchia behind the plate.
That ball hit Hank Blaylock in the mitt, but scored it loose.
Now, I can see that in June when that sun's in the first baseman's eyes, but now we're getting later into the year. He doesn't have that as an excuse. That ball just up and away and hit him in the hand.
Yeah, you don't have that glaring sun.
Not like it is about a month ago.
Nice bunt by Cabrera. Saltalamacchia ran into the pitcher when he went to field the ball. And everybody's safe. An infield bunt single for Asdrubal Cabrera.
Beautiful. That's the bonus right there. He was going to get a sacrifice regardless because it was a nice bunt, but the confusion between the rookie pitcher and Saltalamacchia, they couldn't make a throw. Normally, it's an easier play for the catcher to come out and make that throw because his momentum's going to first base, but it's almost, he didn't really take charge. He let the pitcher go out there, so I think that was Saltalamacchia's mistake. You've got to take charge out there and let him know.
Now Shin-Soo Choo steps in. And pitch outside for ball one. Choo 1 for 3 last night, scored a run. And he's in a pretty good hot spell offensively with a hit in 13 of his last 15 games. Batting .383 during that time. Way outside, and Saltalamacchia wants to go out and talk with a young starter. As the count is 2-0. Hunter features a fastball in the low 90s. Curveball, slider, and a changeup. And the Indians trying to get after the Rangers here early tonight. Eric Wedge has seen his team surging here of late, winning 7 out of 10, 12 out of their last 17. Swung on and missed. Good pitch, threw it by him.
Well, the Indians have had a nice combination of both pitching and timely hitting. You know, it seems like they're not hitting the ball out of the ballpark like they once did, but they're putting it in play. They're moving that train along, as you talk about. You know, you get on base and you try and move them along. You get on, and if you walk, you know, every once in a while the key hit comes, and they've been getting that big hit, and it's been coming from all over the lineup.
Now Choo in a good hitter's count here, 3-1. And a ground ball to second base. Omar Vizquel will flip it to Andrus on to first for the double play. Brady Sizemore moves over to third, but that's a big double play for Tommy Hunter.
Yes, it is. He was one pitch away, and he got it. They turned it nicely, and the Indians, they have grounded into their 102nd double play, and believe it or not, they lead the league in that department.
Brings up Johnny Peralta. Well, you know, you talk about eliminating strikeouts situationally when you have guys on base. Sometimes you hit the ball and you're going to hit at somebody.
That's exactly right. No, I'd rather see a guy put it in play than swing and miss and strike out. You have an opportunity, and we've seen it through this surge that they're playing where they put it in play, and they haven't hit it hard sometimes. They've found the holes and things when you're going well. Sometimes it finds the holes, and there's going to be times where, man, you hit it right at them. It doesn't matter.
Well, Eric Wedge told me today, you know, even last night, he said, you know, there were a lot of strikeouts, and he said, certainly you don't like to see a lot of strikeouts, but he said, we're getting better at putting the ball in play when we have situations, when we're trying to move a runner or trying to create something. Now, you strike out with the bases empty. That's more forgivable than in a situation where you've got a runner at third and less than 2 out.
Yeah, the strikeout now, it doesn't mean as much as it used to, but situational hitting is different. You know, there's a point in time where you have to move a runner or you need to move a runner. That's when you do it.
High pop on the infield. First baseman Hank Blaylock. He's got it. And Tommy Hunter works out of a first inning jam. No score after 1. fly right. By McCafe Coffees at McDonald's, all made to order with fresh ground espresso beans. And by All Care Dental and Dentures, we make seeing the dentist easy. Josh Hamilton leads off the second inning for Texas. And Fausto Carmona falls behind 2-0. Josh Hamilton, over his last eight games, really picking up the pace, batting .379, has 11 hits. In his last 8, 2 for 4 in last night's game. Missed time this year with an abdominal injury. And a line drive single toward right center. This is in the alley. Chu slides to cut it off. Hamilton's going for 2. Here's the throw, and he is safe.
That's good hustle all the way around. Excellent hustle by Hamilton to leave the box and think double. Great hustle by Chu to slide, get up, and make a good throw. And Hamilton just beats it into second base. A very good play all the way around. Look at the strength of Hamilton. Just slaps that ball, and it gets all the way into the alley. But Chu comes in sliding, pops up to make the throw. That's a good play.
Throw was right on the money,
yes,
too.
Yes, it was. Leadoff double.
Hank Blaylock steps in and looks at a strike in that first inning. The Rangers were unable to move the leadoff man or the base hit by Murphy. They have not advanced a base runner in their last 9 tries. Now the 0-1. This will get him over to third. Albuena throws out Blaylock, 1 down. Here's a look at tonight's Alltel text poll question of the game. Who do you think is the best defensive shortstop in the American League? 1 for Jeter of the Yankees, 2 for Cabrera, 3 for Elvis Andrus, 4 for Orlando Cabrera, now with the Twins, 5 for Eric Ibar of the Angels. Text your answer to 31962. We'll have the results later in the game. Indians bring the infield in with 1 out and a runner at third. Jared Saltalamacchia trying to get him in. Breaks his bat.
Go.
Weak bouncer to second. Hamilton holds, 2 down. So Saltalamacchia aggressively going after that first pitch. Shattered his bat and couldn't get him home. Here's Omar Vizquel. Nice crowd ovation. Everybody up on their feet.
Well, he led the game off last night, and they gave him a nice ovation. So he had to wait a little while tonight.
And Omar looks at the ball down low. Vizquel batting .333 in his last 10 games. You know, it's funny, perspective, Rick. I look at Omar and I think, God, he looks great for 42 years old. My son Max, who's 10, says last night, hey, Dad, he looks like a coach.
Well, you remember him when he was younger. That's why. He's still in great shape.
I think he does. He looks great.
Yeah, he does. Always nice, too, when you played in a place as long as Omar has in this ballpark. You come back, you still feel right at home no matter how long you've been away.
Mm-hmm. Vizquel with a chance to put the Rangers in front here in the second inning. Carmona misses 2-1. There you see where Omar Vizquel ranks among active players. The 2-1. Josh Hamilton, who led off the inning with a double. He's at third with 2 down. Punches it toward left field. Coming in is Crow. He makes the catch. And Indians pitching continuing to do a great job. Opposition 6 for their last 53 with a runner in scoring position. Valbuena and Crow for the Tribe against Tommy Hunter, who allowed 2 hits to start the first inning, got a double play ball and a pop-up to get out of the jam. Travis Hafner 1 for 4 last night, scored a run, drove in 1. Franck has hit in 17 of his last 23 games, driving in 11 runs. Tommy Hunter with a 91-mile-an-hour fastball for a strike. Good change of pace, and the count is 1-2. You know, going back to Carmona's ability to get out of that jam in the second inning, the Indians pitchers have really thrown a wet blanket on opposing offenses. 0 for their last 27 here at home with runners in scoring position. Hafner is out looking, 1 down. Let's get a look at our great clip of the game from last night's ball game. Luis Valbuena had perhaps the biggest hit in that big inning for the Tribe, in which they scored 5 runs. His double drove in 2.
Well, he got up on top of that. I believe that was a high changeup, and he turned on it, scored a pair. That made it 4-0 at the time. He scored 1 more after that.
Relax, you're at Great Clips. Here's Valbuena, who's now hit in 3 straight games, taking a strike after he had shortened a bunt. He draws Michael Young, the third baseman, in on the grass, and then takes another strike, 0-2. Young now backs up with 2 strikes. And Valbuena's out quickly, 2 down. Well, when the Indians go deep this year, we raise money for the Gathering Place, a wonderful, caring community that helps individuals and their families who have been touched by cancer. Our friends at Great Clips donating $50 for every Indians homer. Rick and I are each donating $5 to the cause. Well, we're $7,000 raised so far. You can log on to touchedbycancer.org and make a donation yourself. 2 down for Trevor Crow. And takes the ball on the curve outside. 0 for 2 last night with a run batted in. Those are Crow's numbers combined on the year, but since his last call-up, in 10 games played, he scored 7 runs and he's driven in 6, carrying a .324 average. Tommy Hunter looks like a different pitcher here in the second inning.
Well, he's got a nice breaking ball, good curveball, and that looked like a cut fastball. If not, he just ran the four-seamer inside. Not sure. When you haven't seen a guy pitch before, you just want to see what he'll throw in certain situations. There's a curveball, man. He's tightening it up.
Tommy Hunter strikes out the side, and after 2, no score. Andrus, the number 9 hitter, leading off for Texas, then Julio Bourbon and Michael Young. No score, hits even at 2 apiece. Andrus looks at a first pitch strike. When we saw him way back early in the season, offensively, you weren't really sure how well he would do this year, but he has more than held his own, batting .261.
Yes, he has.
And when you consider how young he is, you have to say he's been pretty impressive. Oh, that one got him up and in.
Ouch.
So the Rangers get their leadoff man aboard.
Since Fausto has returned, this is his 14th inning going out there. This is the 9th time that the leadoff man has been aboard out of the 14 innings. This time it was a hit batter. 5 hits, 3 walks, and now a hit batter. But he's been able to pitch around all that, which is the amazing thing.
Now here's Julio Bourbon, who walked his first time up. It's almost as if pitching out of the stretch, something happens to him.
Either that or when he gets that base runner, you're right. It's almost like, okay, might as well just pitch out of the stretch. Where were we? We just saw a guy pitching out of the stretch that started for the very first time in Chicago. It was Torres that came up with the White Sox. Remember, They called him up for that game. He was pitching right out of the stretch.
Yeah.
Looked a little weird for a starter to do that.
Now, occasionally you'll see guys who are primarily relievers maybe make a spot start here and there, and they'll do that. But Torres is a guy who had been starting all year.
Right.
The 0-1. Again, the bunt He jabbed at it and missed. 0-2.
Not a very good attempt there if you're trying to sacrifice any kind of. First of all, it was a ball.
Almost looked like he made his mind up. He was going to bunt that ball no matter where it was.
That's what happens. You have to make sure if you're going to try and bunt, you got to bunt strikes.
One and two the count. Runner goes. Big chopper over the head of Marte and down the right field line. That's going to send Andrus all the way to third. And into second base with a bouncing double is Julio Bourbon.
That kid can fly, man. He picked it up around first base and didn't hesitate. That'll go as a double. It's now second and third. His first double of his career, boy. And I'll tell you, there's a lot more to come. If you watch this ball, they sent the runner figuring that Carmona was going to throw something possibly in the dirt. It looked like it might have been a changeup. He beats down on it. Once it gets over the head of Marte, watch him turn it on. There's no hesitation. He kicks it in gear, and it's not even close.
So Carmona really has his work cut out for him now. Second and third, nobody out. Michael Young steps in and goes after the first pitch, comes up empty. Pitch number 40 on the night coming up for Carmona. One and one.
Both the hitters that are on, Andrus and Bourbon, were down in the count 0-2.
Fausto steps away. Good pick by Wyatt Torregas behind the dish.
You know, Torregas, this is his second start catching Carmona at the big league level, and he only caught him one time down in the minor leagues. I mean, not that it makes a difference and not that he doesn't know what he has, but, you know, when you call a ball game, knowing the hitters and things like that, it certainly helps. Can take pressure off a guy.
Not to mention with the kind of movement Carmona can generate, that can be a little tricky.
That could be pressure on the catcher.
Back to the mound. Carmona will look Andrus back, throw to first.
Wow. Now you can bring the infield in.
Let's go down on the farm and look at our Subway Fresh face of the game. Carlos Carrasco at AAA Columbus. What a game he had last night, punching out 10 in 8 innings, allowing just 1 run. Now 3-0 for the Clippers. Subway, play hard, eat fresh. Carrasco, of course, came over from the Philadelphia Phillies in the Cliff Lee deal. David Murphy, who had a base hit his first time up, looks at ball one outside. Carmona, very deliberate with runners on base. The 1-0 pitch. And maybe that has also been a key to his effectiveness in those situations, that he really takes his time with each pitch.
This is his third 2-0 count today. He walked a guy on the first 2-0 count and then a double on the second one. Now he's 3-0.
Well, you've got the right-handed hitting Marlon Byrd on deck. I don't know, maybe he's
I don't think
pitching around a guy here.
It's hard to say with Carmona. It really is tough to say.
I wouldn't think so.
I wouldn't either. Infield's back. They're going to give up the run to get an out if he can get a ground ball, but he doesn't even throw a strike.
So now they're loaded with one out for Marlon Byrd. Save 70 to 81% off jewelry right now during the Overstock sale at Alvin's, your Cleveland family jeweler since 1931. Thousands of items, rings, earrings, pendants, diamonds, and gold, all up to 81% off. Find sale dates and locations at alvinsjewelers.com. Marlon Byrd had a bouncing ball to third his first time up. That's what Carmona's looking for right here, a ball on the ground. Inside off the plate. Broke his bat. Coming in is Sizemore, and he will make the catch, tagging and bluffing a move toward home plate as Andrus. 2 down. Boy, that bat shattered in two.
Yes, it did. He ran it back inside on Byrd. Look at, he's frustrated with himself.
Looked like it split right down the middle.
There it is. They run it in, and it got around the trademark. And there's nothing more frustrating when you're a hitter and you're looking for that pitch. You get one you think you like, and you know you don't hit it deep enough to get your job done. Very frustrating. But Carmona has a chance to get out of it.
Well, here's Josh Hamilton with the bases loaded and 2 down. He doubled to right center his first time up. Looks at ball 1 down low. Elvis Andrus hit by a pitch to start the inning is at third. Bourbon, who doubled, is at second, and Murphy, who walked, is at first. Hamilton, who was the league RBI champ a season ago. In a key spot here early in the game. Third inning, no score. Called strike, evens the count. .50 pitches already tonight for Carmona. And this one is hammered deep left field. And this is going to short hop the wall. 1 run is in. 2 runs will score. Stopping at third is Murphy, and the Rangers lead it 2-0 as both Andrus and Bourbon touch home plate. Josh Hamilton with RBIs 34 and 35 on the year.
Second straight double for Hamilton. And he stayed out there, and, he just went with it. He did not try to pull a ball. He had one out, and that's not a bad pitch away. I mean, just look at him stay with it. That's a good job of hitting right there. I'm sorry, but he's going to hit it right down the line, short hop the wall. Texas is going to take the early 2-0 lead. Pretty good job of hitting with 2 outs.
And the Rangers finally snapped the runners in scoring position drought. And that pitch is outside, ball 1 to Hank Blaylock.
That's the one thing you don't want to see happen. Once they get that big base hit, everybody else takes a deep breath and relaxes. As a team, you don't want to see that happen.
Blaylock check swing foul, 1-1. Blaylock riding a 6-game hitting streak for Texas. He's 7 for his last 27. beats it into the ground. Valbuena charges, throws him out, and the inning is over. But Josh Hamilton's second double of the night plates a pair, and the Rangers lead 2-0 middle of the third. Underwood, Rick Manning with you. Rangers jump in front with a 2-0 lead. Bottom of the third, Wyatt Torregas to lead it off. And he rolls one foul third base side. We're happy to be joined now by one of the newest members of the Cleveland Indians, Justin Masterson. You know, Justin, some people are adverse to change at all. You've changed teams. Now you're changing roles from reliever to starter. I know you've started in the past, but this has been some kind of whirlwind for you in the last month.
You know, it's been pretty interesting. But, yeah, I'll tell you, you're playing in the big leagues and having a good time. I'm just really appreciative of the abilities I've been given and really the opportunity to continue to pitch here.
Well, the first time that you've been traded, and it's never easy. Your first impressions of coming over here?
Well, I'll tell you, in my trade, they lost such a beloved guy in Victor Martinez. And, of course, I'm not trying to fill any role that he left. But, yeah, there's a lot of quality guys here. There's a lot of youth. But, I think with a little consistency, I think there could be some greatness that will become of what Cleveland baseball will hopefully be.
I thought it was interesting as Wyatt Torregas strikes out, ball in the dirt. Saltalamacchi has to scramble for it, throws it wide, and now Torregas takes a turn, but he'll hold right there. So the Indians get their leadoff man aboard, albeit the unconventional way. It doesn't matter, though. Torregas aboard at first. That's 4 straight strikeouts, though, now for Tommy Hunter. Take another look here on the replay.
He's got a good breaking ball tonight. That one goes in the dirt, and it gets away from Saltalamacchi, and he's falling away when he makes his throw. It goes past Blaylock at first base, so Torregas is on first.
Just looked like it handcuffed Saltalamacchi a little bit there, so the wild pitch has a leadoff man aboard, and it brings up Andy Marte. Justin, I thought it was interesting. We saw your comments right after you learned of being traded. And you said, hey, it's not like I got traded for a bag of balls. I got traded for Victor Martinez. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's pretty special. I mean, the first time you get traded, it's a little tough simply because you had so many firsts with the team that you were with. Me with the Boston Red Sox. But I'll tell you, with the youth we have here and the offense they continue to put up and the possibility of some great pitching, I mean, guys have put together some great performances. I mean, there's a great opportunity and chance to be pretty good here in Cleveland.
Well, Justin, tell us what your project now. You're going back into the rotation. That's going to be a double play ball.
6-4-3 quickly takes care of that.
You're going to be in the rotation. We saw your last start in Chicago. You went about 60 to 65 pitches. How will your progression go as you go along? Have they told you that yet?
We're just flying by the seat of our pants. No, we got a plan. And, I think we're going to try and get 75, 80 pitches this next outing. And, for me to be able to pound the strike zone and get us 5 or 6 innings, maybe more if things are going really good. But just to continue this as we go, try to get out there, every 5 days or so, depending on what we got for an off day. But just to try and continue to get better as a young pitcher and hopefully help out the Cleveland Indians to win.
Do you like being a versatile option, or would you like to be able to come to camp next year and say, I'm a starter, forget everything else?
Well, I'd like to say it's pretty fun to be versatile. I mean, that helps you out to get a job somewhere. But I don't know. It's always been something wherever to help the team out.
Yeah.
And I don't mind that because it's always great to be pitching in the major leagues and to pitch well. I mean, that's when it comes down to it, that's what I want to do is pitch well. And so here's a great opportunity. And right now we're trying starting. And, I'm excited about it, and I think good things will come of it.
I've always heard the best job in baseball is that starting pitcher. Once every 5 days, you can bring your golf clubs. You can get into a routine and do whatever you want, boss.
Oh, my.
That's just what I heard. I don't know if it's true or anything.
I'll let you know when it happens.
Okay, would you do that? Get back to us.
Grady Sizemore with 2 down and a 2-1 count here. Indians batting last of the third. And a foul ball over toward the dugout. Is there any pitcher that you've been able to talk to that's also, made the transition, started a reliever back and forth, that's helped you kind of ease your way into the process?
I'll tell you, before I left, having a chance to talk with John Smoltz, who, of course, he's just an amazing pitcher,
yeah.
But he's redefined himself 3 or 4 times in his career, and just having a chance to, talk to him, a guy who's been a closer, been a starter, back to closer starting. It's not like there was this, oh my goodness, he said this, and it just shed new light on my whole world. But just through talking to him, he just talks about how great it is to be able to do both of those, and I agree.
Slow roller to second. Omar Vizquel went to the bare hand grab, and for one of the few times in his life, it betrayed him. And Sizemore's aboard with 2 down here in inning number 3. And I'll bet, Justin, as you said, it's not as though John Smoltz may have had a watershed moment for you in conversation, but just being able to talk to a guy who's done it and has been successful at it probably helps.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's kind of weird when I sit down and think about it. There's not really a whole lot of guys who, have been able to have the opportunity to do both. So yeah. I don't know if that makes me better or worse, but it makes me a little different, and that's what's exciting about it. And Smoltz was always about keeping the fire, and whether you're starting or relieving.
Justin, thanks for your time. Good luck.
No problem. Appreciate it, guys. Good to be here.
Justin Masterson with us through 3. It's Texas 2, Cleveland 0. Lamakia leads off the fourth inning for Texas. Looks at ball one outside from Fausto Carmona. Rangers up 2 on a 2-out, 2-run double by Josh Hamilton in the third. Good pitch by Carmona, tied him up 1-2. In tight. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
It's one thing, though, I've noticed since Carmona's coming back. He's not afraid to go inside to the left-handers. I think that's why he's having a lot more success. Earlier in the year, he was staying away with everything and not keeping them honest inside.
Down on the dirt, full count.
But he has been using both parts of the plate.
And the payoff pitch swung on and missed. And there's a perfect example of how pitching inside sets up that fastball away to where you can't lean out over the plate and really do anything with it.
Well, he got him to chase. That looked like a nice four-seamer.
Now Omar Vizquel, who flied to left his first time up, turns on this one. High in the air near the line. Long run for Chu. Running out of real estate and could not make the catch. He had such a long run to get there that he had to start putting on the brakes and then also had to deal with the railing and the fans all at the same time.
Yeah, that's difficult. Now you got to start slowing down because you know you're getting close. And that ball just into the first row just wasn't up there high enough for him to get over there in time.
Off the end of the bat, foul. Nothing into the count.
I want to send along a very happy 65th anniversary to Paul and Helen Elder. They're friends of ours and they're big Indians fans. And I'm sorry we just got your message. It was August 7th when we were in Chicago, but I just got it today. So Paul and Helen, happy 65th.
The Pony Express had a hiccup getting it here.
It did. It was called Popper. He got it in today.
Congratulations indeed. Carmona now looks in. Here's the 0-2 to Vizquel. Down too low. Omar just fighting it off. Still seems odd, even after all these years away from the Indians, to see Vizquel in another uniform.
Well, almost 2,700 hits later. You know, when he first came up with Seattle as a switch hitter, he could almost knock the bat out of his hand. And then 2,700 hits later, a great bunter, a base stealer, the best shortstop he could have.
Back over the screen. And the at-bat stays alive for number 13. Who has signed more autographs than he has hits in his career, without a doubt. And the 1-2 in tight.
This will be pitch number 9 for Vizquel.
The 2-2. Boy, that was close, but it's ball 3 and the count goes full. And this will be pitch number 70 now for Carmona.
That's 7 foul balls, so he's doing a good job just staying alive and making Carmona work. Carmona's averages since coming back about 18 pitches an inning. But when you have a guy in an at-bat that's having 10 and 11 pitches, that can throw it all out of whack.
Routine for Valbuena, and the second baseman throws out his counterpart tonight, 2 down.
Well, get your group together for Summer Camp Day, which will be right here tomorrow as this homestand wraps up at 12:05, and all kids 14 and under will receive a Fausto Carmona Bobble Buddy. That's right, it's a figurine. That is tomorrow. Another quick, short 3-game homestand, and we're out for 3 and then back again.
Two hopper to third. Nice pick by Johnny Peralta, and the Rangers go 1-2-3 for the first time tonight. Out 2-run double by Josh Hamilton in the third. Bottom of the fourth will feature Shin Soo Choo, Johnny Peralta, and Travis Hafner. Choo hit into a double play in the first after the first 2 Indians had reached.
Well, Hunter has really settled down because he had back-to-back singles, if you remember. One was a base hit by Cabrera. Sizemore had an infield single.
And a nice grab by Hank Blaylock to take a potential hit away from Choo. 1 down. Hey, Friday's Mega Millions jackpot is now up to $146 million.
Baby.
No winners again last night, so stop on by your local Ohio Lottery retailer and pick up your ticket today. It's around $90 million on the cash shop.
Yeah, I was going to say 88 to 90.
A 1-0 pitch. Wouldn't you just love to be the winner and have somebody ask you, will that be in cash or check?
Cash, please.
Let me roll up a semi-truck. The 1-1 to Peralta. In there for a called strike. Tommy Hunter continues to pound away. up high with the off-speed pitch. 2-2. Peralta, over his last 18 games, has batted .360 with 21 runs batted in. And there's a hard grounder to third. Michael Young spins around, throws him out, 2 down.
Well, Kick It is a campaign to raise money for pediatric, adolescents, and young adult cancer research. They can register their kickball teams at Indians.com and kickit.org. They'll hold kickball games in their communities to raise money from July through September, and then teams will be selected to play it in Kick It games right here at Progressive Field. It's already started. They will end on Kids Day on Sunday, so check it out at Indians.com or kickit.org.
Travis Hafner bangs one past Blaylock down the right field line. Into the corner it goes. Hamilton digs it out. His throw to second is not in time, and Prunk has a 2-out double. 12th double of the year for Travis Hafner.
Wanted to go inside. Hafner very quick in there right on that swing. Kept it fair, gets it under the glove of Blaylock. Down into the corner for his 12th double. So they'll have an opportunity now, but with 2 outs, to try and get on the board.
And it will be Luis Valbuena, who struck out his first time up.
Good curveball, huh? For strike one, you're not going to swing at that as a hitter. You're looking for something you can hit, a fastball or something. You certainly don't want to make it out on a first pitch curveball, so you take it.
You know, we've talked a number of times, well, really recently, with pitchers who have a good curveball, but when they're unable to throw it for strikes, boy, it changes the whole complexion of the game because hitters don't even look for it. They don't have to.
Well, you have to look for his because he's throwing it for strikes.
Yes. What a difference maker it is.
There it is again.
The old equalizer,
I
as they
mean,
say.
you know, and that's okay. I mean, you take it. Now you're in a protect mode, and now you don't know what to look for. He's throwing a curveball, changeup, curveball. Now you know, you're sitting up there as a hitter looking for the fastball. Now you're just looking for the baseball. And there it is. He showed you the fastball high, and he puts it in play and gets him easily.
2-out double does no damage. Through 4, 2-0 Texas. Play hard, eat fresh. And by Alltel Wireless. Choose who you call for free with My Circle. Any number, any network. Julio Bourbon leads off, takes a strike here in the 5th inning. He walked in the 1st inning, doubled and scored in the 3rd. Bourbon chopped one over the head of Andy Marte in that 3rd inning and then ran like the wind into second base.
Boy, he sure did.
Carmona coming off a 4th inning in which he set the Rangers down 1-2-3. Now a chopper to the mound.
I'll tell you, Carmona's like a cat off the mound. He wants the baseball when it's hit.
He jumped off in a hurry. Speaking of a hurry, let's head on over to the STO studios for a Ford Sports Update with Al Pulowski.
Matt and Rick, let's go to Fenway Park, where last night Mike Lowell homered twice. He keeps it going tonight. Solo home run gives the Red Sox a 1-0 lead. And this next play is not a replay. Instead, it's Jason Bay, 2-run homer. Red Sox ahead 3-0, 4th inning at Fenway Park. Back to you.
Yeah, Al, but what I want to know is, did anybody get beat up yet in that game?
No, they can't afford to lose anybody else.
Poor tackling technique by Kevin Youkilis. And a good takedown for Rick
Yes,
Porcello.
it was.
Michael Young shatters the bat. Valbuena will throw him out. The bat whirled past Carmona and wound up over toward shortstop. 2 down.
Well, follow the Tribe on your iPhone and iPod Touch with MLB.com at Bat 2009. It's a great new application. Features play-by-play, video highlights, and live audio broadcasts. Visit Indians.com on your iPhone or iPod Touch to purchase this app today.
David Murphy takes a strike. He has singled and walked tonight. Missed inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, if you're Carmona, you want to set him down quickly, because the way Hunter is settling in, he doesn't look like he's going to give up much.
Now, this is pitch number 80 for Carmona right here. And it's 2-1. Good pitch, but a bit low, I guess. 3-1. I'm going to look for it from up above. I wasn't watching the monitor.
It's low.
A little low. Bouncer in the hole. Valbuena can't get to it with a diving effort. And another 2-out hit for Texas. Second of the night for David Murphy.
Well, he just gets out there and they found the hole. Pulls it on the ground. It gets between first and second. Diving Valbuena can't stop it. So a 2-out single. That is hit number 5 now for the Rangers.
Murphy had a 2-out single in the first. And Josh Hamilton had a big 2-out, 2-run double in the third. So their third 2-out knock of the night. Marlon Byrd 0 for 2 steps in. Carmona threw over to first, but time had already been called. Murphy does have pretty good wheels. 6 steals on the year. Not sure he'd want to take a chance with Marlon Byrd at the plate.
Not until you get the count down, where he may be buried in the count. Then you'll start him. This is a guy that can hit the gap, and drive it, and you can score. He has 34 doubles, also 12 home runs. As you mentioned, most of them coming down in Arlington.
Fastball strike evens the count at 1-1. Well, and speaking of down in Arlington, the Rangers, like a lot of clubs, are going to have to prove they can win on the road if they're
Right.
going to make a legitimate run for the postseason. They're 3 games under 500 on the road, 37-21, a sparkling record at home.
Now you can start them if you want. They also have to play better against the Central. They are 13-15 against the Central Division. They have really struggled against the Tigers this year. They're 2-7 against Detroit. You know, they're even 3-3 with Kansas City. Minnesota, they're 1-2. The only winning record, Chicago, they're 4-2, and they're 3-1 against the Tribe.
Of course, they swept the Indians at the start of the year in Texas.
And that was down there. You're right. They come back one more time here to Cleveland. Which is almost, I said last night, I'm glad they're here. This is a hot time to be in Texas when you're playing all-night games and the ball just traveling all over that ballpark.
Normally it's in reverse. They come here early, and we always seem to go there late when it's blistering hot. The 1-2 missed down low.
There's the difference in the ball game right there.
Josh Hamilton with that 2-out, 2-run double back in the third when the Rangers had the bases loaded with nobody out. Carmona, or with 1 out rather, and Carmona was able to get the big second out when they had runners at second and third. Started off with a hit batter, then the double. You got Michael Young on a comebacker, then he walked David Murphy to load him up. Got Marlon Bird to pop up to center, but then Hamilton really with a good piece of hitting went the other way, short hopped the wall and left for the 2-run double, and that's all the scoring so far. Runner goes, 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss, inning over. Second strikeout for Carmona. Middle of the 5th, 2-zip Texas. Top, bottom of the 5th inning. It'll be Trevor Crowe, Wyatt Torregas, and Andy Marte, as Fausto Carmona has given up just the 2-out, 2-run double to Josh Hamilton in the third. This is one of those games where, at this point anyway, you look back and say the Indians' best chance came in the first inning. Back-to-back singles to start the game. But then a double play ball erased that threat, and they have had a tough time against Tommy Hunter ever since. Travis Hafner had a 2-out double in the 4th. Other than that, Hunter has been in command.
Well, that's really the hardest ball hit was the one Hafner hit down the line. Everything else, a couple infield singles. Grady started the game off with a little soft flare into center. This guy's had a very good breaking ball.
Yeah, when you talk about squaring up the baseball, they have not had too many of those.
No, they haven't. He's settled in. He's pitched well. This is going their second time through.
And only his 54th pitch of the night coming up right here. High pop, left center. Bourbon, the left fielder. One down.
Well, the next Subway half-off tickets game will be Tuesday, August 18th against the Angels. So visit any participating Northeast Ohio Subway location. Pick up your coupon for half-off upper box Indians tickets. Then redeem your coupon.
Wyatt Torregas struck out in the third, but reached on a wild pitch. Ground ball to short. Andrus throws him out, 2 away. How about a look at the All Care Dental Indentures Smile and Easy Cam tonight here at Progressive Field. Another gorgeous evening, 70 degrees at game time, not a cloud in the sky. And with 17 locations across northeastern Ohio, All Care Dental Indentures makes seeing the dentist easy. 2 down for Andy Marte. Bounced into a double play his first time up. And he rolls it back foul. Marte 6 hits in 28 at bats this year. The 0-1. Missed down low. Evens the count. There's that curveball, and he's had a good one all night long.
Well, he's had 7 counts today, either 0-2 or 1-2. The Tribe has yet to get a hit when he's had a hitter in that count, and that could be the first. I don't think so.
Andrus will throw him out on the deflection, and the inning is over. Indians go 1, 2, 3 through 5, 2-0 Texas. 2-0 Rangers lead it. 6th inning here at Progressive Field. Josh Hamilton, Hank Blaylock, and Jared Saltalamacchia for Texas. Hamilton looks at a ball outside. He is 2 for 2, 2 doubles, 2 runs batted in tonight. And this is hit hard at the right fielder, Chu. Barely had to move, 1 down. Here's another look at the Alltel Text Poll question of the game. Best defensive shortstop in the American League. Jeter, Asdrubal, Elvis, Orlando Cabrera, or Eric Ibar. Text your answer to 31962, and we'll have the results coming up later on. Hank Blaylock, 0 for 2. Twice he's grounded out to second. The 1-0 pitch. Checked his swing. Did he go? He did, says third base ump Mark Wegner. Hey, you can win a new home theater system in the Great Clips Upgrade My Viewing contest. The package includes a 32-inch Samsung 1080p TV, a Sony Bravia DVD home theater system, and a Sony Blu-ray player. Stop by your local Great Clips location and register to win before August the 30th. Might be time to upgrade your home theater system. And you get a haircut at the same time. Down low, 2-2. We're going on the road trip tomorrow.
I got to really upgrade it. I got to get bigger than 32, my friend.
You need 72-inch.
Yeah.
So you don't have to wear your glasses when you watch TV.
All right now. Oh, goodness.
Carmona's 2-2. Swung on and missed. That's his 3rd strikeout tonight. 2 down. And it's time now for our direct energy, bringing the gas sequence. We take you back to the 4th inning. Jared Saltalamacchia at the plate.
Well, he missed on the first pitch away. That was a pretty good pitch right there. Even it up. He got him to chase upstairs in the zone. Couldn't get him that time. It was a good pitch. Misses down in the zone, but gets him right there away.
Direct Energy, simple solutions for your natural gas needs. Saltalamacchia 4 hits in his last 27 at bats. '98th pitch of the night for Fausto Carmona. It's low, 3-0. Nobody throwing in the Indians bullpen as Carmona nears the 100
Still
pitch
thinking
mark.
this is his last inning.
Taking all the way, it's 3-1. Yeah, I would tend to agree with you.
I mean, like you say, you try to improve on every start. This could give him another 6 innings, allowing just 2 runs, but he's going to get his 3rd walk before departing.
And Omar Vizquel, who had a whale of a battle against Carmona his last time up, will be the batter.
Time now to send out some birthday wishes. John Carlingchak of Cleveland is turning 89 today. Jenny Fraze of Orville, 82. Sue Ruth of Champion is 60. And Frank and Shirley Parks of Willoughby celebrating their 50th anniversary. Happy birthday and congratulations to each and every one of you.
Indians bullpen just now starts to go to work. 100 pitches under the belt of Fausto Carmona. And Omar goes after pitch number 1, pops it in the air. In comes Trevor Crowe, and the inning is over. So 6 solid innings for Fausto Carmona, but he's on the short end of a 2-0 score. Carl Willis gives a handshake to Carmona. Again,
Yeah, he really
it's
did.
a work in progress.
Well, it's all right. That was a good performance tonight. He went out there. That 2-out base hit by Hamilton's what did the damage back in the 3rd inning. It was the Indians' 3rd last night where they put 5 on the board. And, you know, you figure offensively you're going to have to score. But I'll tell you what, Tommy Hunter has matched him, if not better, pitch for pitch. He hasn't walked anybody. He struck out 4 and only given up 4 hits.
Grady Sizemore bunts it to 3rd. Michael Young with a nice throw. Off the bare hand grab, 1 away. Hey, you can see the 2009 Browns for the first time live at Cleveland Browns Stadium for as little as $16. You'll get 50% off any ticket purchase for the Browns preseason opener against the Detroit Lions, presented by AT&T, on Saturday, August 22nd at 7:30 p.m. Buy online now at clevelandbrowns.com. As Drupal Cabrera takes a strike, he's 1 for 2 tonight. Had a bunt single in the 1st. Grounded to 2nd his last time up. And speaking of the Cleveland Browns, some belated congratulations going out to our good friend Ken Mather, former Browns media relations director. He was recently named the assistant commissioner and director of media and public relations for the Mid-American Conference.
He's here tonight, isn't he? Over in the press box.
He was here tonight catching the Tribe. So congratulations to Ken, who's a very hard worker. And I tell you, the MAC is a great collegiate conference. I mean, football, 3 bowl games every year now, and they're no longer the let's schedule a MAC team for our homecoming game conference anymore. Cabrera pops one in the air, fairly deep right center. Hamilton, the right fielder, settles under it, 2 down.
I was going to ask you, any relation to the Beef?
Jerry Mather?
Yeah.
No.
Well, an Indians game always makes a great group outing, and groups of 25 or more receive discounts of up to half off all ticket prices. Call 216-420-HITS and organize your group outing today.
It's a good day when you can get a Leave It to Beaver reference in. Chu with a weak roller to 2nd. And boy, what a performance Tommy Hunter is putting on tonight. 6 shutout innings. Rangers on top, 2-zip. cocktails. And by AM/PM, too much good stuff. For the Indians tonight, not enough good stuff. Shutout on 4 hits so far. The Rangers have 1 2-out, 2-run hit, and that accounts for the only scoring in the ballgame. So, as we go to the 7th, Jess Todd will come on for the 3rd time as a Cleveland Indian. Fausto Carmona went 6 innings, 2 runs on 5 hits, walked 3, struck out 3, hit a batter, 101 pitches.
Well, a second straight start where he's gone 6 innings. You know, and for Carmona in his 3 starts, he's never given up more than 2 runs. So it's bullpen, time to hold it right here. And hopefully that offense can do something to Tommy Hunter.
Elvis Andrus, he was hit by a pitch to open the 3rd, and that proved to be a key moment in the game because he would come around to score their first run.
Well, you figure if you can hold this Texas offense to possibly 2 runs in the first 2 games, you could really good chance you beat 2-0. Well, they beat them 5-0 one night, and they're down 2-0 tonight. They're trying to return the favor.
Well, the Indians' bullpen has definitely pitched well of late. In their last 2 games, 5 3-hit scoreless innings. And what's really impressive is Tommy Bowe broke it down. 72 pitches in those 5 innings, 53 for strikes.
Well, and what that does, that carries over where the starters are going, giving Eric Wedge some innings, 6 innings, 7 innings. When you can do that, that takes a lot of pressure off your bullpen. And, you know, that way you're not forced to use guys back-to-back days, you know, where they can come in and they feel good about themselves and in their role. And it's consistency is what it boils down to. And the starters can go 6 or 7, preferably 7. That takes a lot of pressure off those boys out there. Now, when you have, what do you have, 8 bullpen guys.
Leadoff walk here for Jess Todd as Andrus strolls down to first. I think what it does is, as we've come to learn, bullpen pitchers, relief pitchers, really are creatures of habit, and once they get a role and become familiar with that role, they flourish.
And everybody stays in their own role.
But when it's in flux and nobody really knows for sure,
that happens to every team.
That's when the bullpen becomes a roll of the dice.
You know, and that happens to every team throughout the course of a year until it really settles in.
Julio Bourbon, 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored. He's trying to move him over here, but with his speed, runner goes.
Look at that. It's still a beautiful bunt.
Nicely executed. Andrus in the scoring position with 1 out now. Time now for our Mercedes attention assist of the game.
Let's go back to the very first inning. As a matter of fact, Carmona walked the leadoff guy. Michael Young hits it. Peralta on his heels, comes back, gets it to Valbuena. They turn it over to Marte, and a fine double play.
Well, it's going to be Michael Young again here. 0 for 3 tonight. 0 for 7 in the series. But he's got a chance now to drive in a big insurance run. Takes a strike. Now the count is 0-2. Jess Todd came over from the Cardinals to complete the Mark DeRosa trade. Now the 0-2. Left-hander Rafael Perez warming in the bullpen now. Valbuena had moved in behind the runner, Andrus, which is why Todd decided to step off there. Trying to keep him close. He has tremendous speed. He's got 20 steals on the year. Off the end of the bat, foul. Third base or first base side.
Give us time to wrap up our birthday wishes tonight. Happy birthday to Helen Van Cannel, who is 94 years old today. Helen, happy birthday to you. Jim Fox, 72. And also Phyllis McQuaid. A very happy birthday to you, who is turning 84.
Swung on and missed. Big strikeout for Jess Todd. 2 down, and that runner still at second base. Let's go back to the STO studios once again for a Ford Sports Update with Al.
All right, guys, let's go to the Metrodome. The Minnesota Twins have lost 8 of their last 10, but they're trying to correct that tonight. 5-run first inning, highlighted by this 3-run Joe Creedy homer, puts Minnesota ahead of Kansas City 5-1. They're in the second inning now in Minneapolis. Back to you.
Thanks, Al. Here is David Murphy taking a first pitch strike. He has 2 hits and a walk tonight. Just missed outside 1-1. That's Brian Bannister, who's getting beat up tonight by the Twins.
He either seems like he's lights out or he gives it up early.
Popped him up. Should be playable. Peralta over near the seats. Makes the grab, and the inning is over. Jess Todd works around the leadoff walk. Stretch time in Cleveland. 2-0 Texas. And the new menu is coming to your favorite paninis soon, so keep up to date at paninisgrill.com. Johnny Peralta, one hopper, to short, barehand grab by Vizquel. See that I said short.
Boy, I'll tell you what, that ball had some spin to it. He went over, thought he had his glove hand. He missed one earlier in the game barehanded.
Yes,
not this one. This had all the spin. Off the end of the bat. Look at him on his glove. It bounces the other way. But I guess no problem.
He never seems surprised, does he?
No. That, I mean, and not that it was hit that hard. It was the spin that it had on it.
Yeah. Now Travis Hafner 1 for 2 with a double. Just seems odd seeing him at second base. Like, it's hard to even say Omar Vizquel
Just
at
turn the
second
field
base.
around, like pretend a right-hander's up hitting now.
Hafner had a double, but there were 2 outs when that happened in the 4th. Checked on a ball that was just a bit outside. Meanwhile, Tommy Hunter has thrown 70% of his pitches for strikes.
Well, and in the 7th inning, and only thrown 70
pitches. Yeah,
he has been dealing.
Two and one to count. Well, I would have to say the most important thing he's done tonight is the 0 under the BB column.
Well, yeah, he hasn't given up any extra base runners. One time he had to strike out to lead off the second, and it was a wild pitch that he reached.
Normally with the Indians offense, you start walking guys and that's when they jump on you. They do take advantage of the free passes.
Extra base runners, they sure do. They're 4th in the league in that department with 441, but they have not been given anything tonight.
Now the 3-1 to Hafner. Launched foul right side. Just shy of the Bud Light party deck down on the right field corner.
Those seats down there belong to that party deck as well. Another reason why Hunter's been so good today, this is only the 2nd full count this evening.
And the payoff pitch. Line to left field, a base hit. And a 1-out base runner now for Luis Valbuena.
Well, Travis Hafner pulled one down the line. Now goes to left field. So he is zoned in. There's a pitch he left up in the zone. He didn't want to walk him. But Hafner has 2 of the 5 hits for the Tribe.
So now Valbuena 0 for 2 steps in. Be a great time to extend his hitting streak right here. Valbuena struck out in the 2nd, fouled out to end the 4th inning.
You know, when you look at Hunter, the longest he's gone is 7 innings. He's done it twice this year. And the last time is in his last start against Oakland, where he gave up 3 hits. But he gave up 3 runs in that ball game.
Saltalamacchia out for a chat as the Texas bullpen begins to get loose. Stay tuned after the game for Training Camp Daily with Jim Donovan, Mary Kay Cabot, and Coach Sam Ritigliano. We'll hear from Rodney Poole, Eric Wright, Brandon McDonald. All comes your way at 10:30 p.m. right here on STO. A strike to the outside edge, and the count goes to 2-1. Popped him up. Third baseman Michael Young again in foul ground. Will retire Valbuena 2 away.
Well, next Saturday, the Indians will host the Seattle Mariners. There'll be another spectacular post-game fireworks show taking place known as Rock and Blast. And not only will it be Friday, it'll also be Saturday. Mariners in town. Come on out.
Trevor Crowe will try to extend the inning here in the home half of the 7th. Crowe out on strikes in the 2nd, fly to left in the 5th. And the count is 1-1. 80 pitches now on the day for Tommy Hunter. Ranger right-hander looking for his 5th win of the year. Came in with an ERA of 2.63. And he's backed it up with a strong performance. Line to right. Coming in, Hamilton makes a sliding catch, and the inning is over. We'll go to the 8th. Still 2-zip Texas.
Transmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
It's a 2-0 Texas advantage as we go to the 8th inning. It'll be Marlon Byrd, Josh Hamilton, Hank Blaylock, and Jess Todd stays on for a second inning of relief work. Or at least he'll face Marlon Byrd with the back-to-back lefties to follow. Eric Wedge may go to Rafael Perez, who continues to loosen in the Indians' bullpen. Marlon Byrd 0 for 3 tonight. And since he had that hitting streak snapped, he's suddenly gone cold 0 for 6 in the series. Broke the bat again, and this time it results in a base hit. He shattered his bat back in the 3rd inning and popped up to center field. This time, it works for a hit. Time now for our Northern Ohio Toyota dealers game recap. This is it. Josh Hamilton's opposite field. Bases loaded, 2 out, 2-run double, plates a pair. And that's it so far tonight. For a dealer near you, visit buyatoyota.com. Time out for a pitching change. Eric Wedge will go to the left-hander. They're looking for some insurance here in the 8th inning. Leadoff man aboard. And on for the Tribe, lefty Rafael Perez. He'll be facing Josh Hamilton. Rafael Perez making his 33rd appearance of the year, a win, 2 losses. ERA at 8.78. 26 and 2/3 innings. He's walked 20 and struck out 21.
Well, and here again, this is a situation where Eric brings him in to face the left-handers, Hamilton and Blaylock. And Perez has really struggled this year against left-handed hitters. 396 they're hitting. They're 19 for 48 with a home run. So his job right here is to get the left-handers out.
And it's not just any left-hander he's going to try to get out. This guy has 2 doubles, and I think the hardest ball he hit tonight was caught for an out by Chu.
Yeah, he's swinging the bat well tonight. He's a good low ball hitter. This guy, he gets aggressive early, too. When he's swinging the bat, he's seeing the ball well. He gets after you early in the count.
Runner goes. Pitch line
Like
toward
that.
left. Crow is going to play it on a hop. And Bird stops at second. So, 2 on, nobody out. Now Hank Blaylock coming to the plate.
Well, there you'll see. He gets after that, doesn't he? Swinging at the first pitch, he loves it. Over half the time.
Hank Blaylock 0 for 3 as the Rangers now threatening to blow this game open here. The 1-0 pitch towards center field. That's going to drop another base hit. Coming around third to score is Bird. 3-0 Texas. And back-to-back hits given up by Rafael Perez to the left-handed hitters, and his struggles continue.
Well, I mean, that's just the thing. He comes on to get the lefties. He can't get them out. They add on to that 2-0 lead. He has a right-hander up, and we'll see what happens. But a pitch that was elevated, not down in the zone, and Blaylock able to reach it, hits it into left center field. Not that it was hit hard, but it goes as a base hit, and I think right now they're just stalling for time. Is that Jensen Lewis?
I believe it is Jensen Lewis.
Jensen Lewis up. But when you have switch hitters coming up, you're getting down to the bottom part, 7, 8, 9 of your lineup.
Saltalamacchia switch hitter 0 for 2 tonight.
Well, if Saltalamacchia was trying to move him along with a sacrifice there, his attempt has to be a little bit better than that. They have a 3-0 lead. A little surprised. There's the square. He gets this one done. So, job well done. Perez almost got in the way.
Runners second and third with 1 out. Let's have a look at the Alltel Tex poll results tonight. We got a tie. The Cabreras as Drubel and Orlando yielding the most votes is the best defensive shortstop in the American League. We've got a timeout here. Eric Wedge is going to go to the right-hander Jensen Lewis to face Omar Vizquel when we come back. serves up back-to-back hits. And then after a sacrifice bunt, Eric Wedge goes to Jensen Lewis, who comes on for the 32nd time this year. 2 wins, 3 losses, ERA over 5. 42 and 2/3 innings, 17 walks, 38 strikeouts. Omar Vizquel 0 for 3 will be the batter.
Infield will be trying to cut that run off at home plate as well.
Cut of the grass around the horn with runners second and third. And a good block by Wyatt Torregas. Here comes the squeeze.
Oh, boy. Done to
Executed
perfection.
to perfection. 2 down, 4-0 Rangers. Omar Vizquel, a tremendous bunter throughout his career, and he drives home the run as Hamilton was off on the pitch.
Done to perfection. No pressure there. He fell behind. No balls in a ball and no strikes. And you'll see from the stretch, he didn't give it away early. That's a beautiful play right there. Huh? You want to get one across, an extra one? Nicely done. No pressure. It's now a 4-0 lead.
And a runner at third with 2 down now for Elvis Andrus.
That's a play you rarely see anymore.
You're not kidding, pal. Well, you know, we've talked about this in years past when it comes to the art of bunting. And I know fans, and I'm just talking to fans in general, you know, boy, the guys just don't bunt as much. And you said, well, they don't bunt in the minor leagues, so you can't expect them when they get here to suddenly be good bunters.
That's true.
And a lot of people think, well, you don't bunt your way to the big leagues. As Andrus drives home another run. And it's a 5-zip Ranger lead as they've plated 3 here in the 8th.
Both those runs will be charged to Perez. So Todd gives up the first one. Perez gives up the next 2.
That ball got the middle of the plate.
Yeah, it was a little change up down, but you're right, middle of the plate. So now the Rangers have reversed it. It's 5-0 their favorite tonight.
Julio Bourbon, 1 for 2. Fouled off the mask at home plate. 0-2 the count on Bourbon. One ball, 2 strikes. Well, Eric Wedge trying to get both the struggling Rafael Perez and the struggling Jensen Lewis an opportunity to pitch their way through it, and both having a rough go of it here in the 8th. Strike 3 called, and the inning is over, but the damage is done. Texas gets 3 more, now leads it 5-0. Round 5, Wyatt Torregas, Andy Marte, Grady Sizemore for the Tribe. Tommy Hunter pitching into the eighth inning for the first time in his career. And a one-pitch out.
It's the longest start of his young career.
Let's go back to the STO studios once again for a Ford Sports Update with Al.
Matt, Rick, we go back to Boston. This is the type of night it's been for the Tigers. First, a passed ball there by Avila. That scores a run. Makes it 7-1 Red Sox. Then a grounder to third. Brandon Inge, throwing error. 8-1. That's our score. 6th inning at Fenway Park. Back to you.
Andy Marte 0 for 2 steps in. And Tommy Hunter delivers that first pitch strike. $19 of 27 first pitch strikes for Hunter. And he has made quick work of the Indians all night long. Most pitches he's made in any inning, 14. Well, that's been the equalizer. That curveball all night long.
Well, he's thrown it. It's almost at will for strikes. So guys don't want to fall behind in the count, so they made some early outs, and you're getting after them. And that's going to happen sometimes when a guy's throwing strikes. He's never faced anybody in this lineup before, but he has. He's dealt tonight. He's thrown the ball beautifully. This is a guy to keep your eye on. 23 years old. He was drafted in 2007. 13 batters he has faced with 3 pitches or less.
I suppose because the changeup is all the rage, you don't see as many pitchers with that big hook anymore.
Not anymore, no. A changeup. This guy throws a changeup as well.
Pretty good one, too. Struck him out with a good fastball. 5 strikeouts for Hunter, 2 down here in the 8th. This scoreboard update brought to you by Coors Light. Frost brewed Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. That breaking ball is strike 1, as Rob Drake said. Sizemore went after it. And it's 0-2. 90 pitches for Tommy Hunter. 2 down here in the 8th inning.
It doesn't get any easier than what he's done tonight.
Pulse rate doesn't look like it's ever been above
exactly.
75.
He's barely broken a sweat.
It's a guy that was a 2-time junior Olympic champion in judo.
Oh, yeah?
And you look at the size of him, and you wouldn't think martial arts that you know, a guy his size would excel, but certainly he did. Up high. Now the 1-2 pitch. And Grady socks it foul right back over the screen. 5 runs, 9 hits for Texas. No runs, 5 hits for Cleveland. And the 1-2. This is another case of when a starting pitcher has trouble in the first inning, you better get him. And he gave up back-to-back hits to start the game. Now, granted, it was a flare hit and a bunt single, but they had the first 2 on to start the game. He got the double play ball after that, and it's not been close since.
Well, you give him credit. He came right back and made the pitch when he had to get that double play ball.
Now Hunter's 2-2. Sizemore fights it off.
This had to be one of the longest at-bats of the game. 8 pitches. He's fouled off at least 4.
It's number 97 on the night coming up for Tommy Hunter. And it's inside, full count. As Dribble Cabrera would be next. And a line drive base hit into right center field. It's bobbled by Hamilton. Grady head down, rolling into second with a dive, and he's safe. Grady never hesitated, never broke stride, and he's in scoring position with 2 down.
Yeah, that's almost like the same thing that Hamilton did. He was going to take off and run. He did on Chu earlier in the game. Grady said, I'm going to do the same thing. It's going to be a hit and an error, single and an error. On Hamilton and right, he didn't field that ball cleanly, and that's all it took, that one little bobble. And that's the hustle right there. For base runners that look, man, you think double. He goes in head first. That's good hustle by Grady in a 5-0 ball game. So a single and an error.
And Ron Washington is going to make a pitching move. 7 2/3 innings of shutout baseball for Tommy Hunter. He leaves Texas in front 5-0. Is coming on for the Texas Rangers. Tommy Hunter will watch the rest of this one from the dugout.
What a great job. Longest outing of his career. 5 punch-out. Did not walk anybody. Grady had 3 of the 6 hits given up. So now C.J. Wilson coming on. Lefties hitting 169. Righties hitting 273. There's 2 outs here in the 8th. Cabrera going to try and keep it rolling and get the Indians on the board.
And as Dribble Cabrera looks at a first pitch strike. Rangers have a nice little insurance policy in C.J. Wilson.
Right.
With Frank Francisco spending some time on the DL this year. Wilson stepped into the lurch and did a nice job. He has 14 saves on the year. Oh, and 2 to count on Cabrera.
Well, he was their closer before he got hurt.
Fouled back. And not only did Frank Francisco spend time on the DL with some shoulder tendonitis, but he also had a bout with pneumonia recently. The 0-2. He chased after it, couldn't help himself. Saltalamacchia throws to first, and the inning is over. We'll go to the ninth. 5-0 Texas. Rangers, Jensen Lewis stays on to work the ninth. Michael Young will lead it off for Texas and looks at a first pitch strike. He'll be followed by David Murphy and Marlon Byrd. Don't forget, we're right back with you tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. with the Chrysler Jeep Indians on Deck show. And then at noon, we've got Indians Rangers right here at Progressive Field. And then after the game, all bets are off with Bruce Drennan. Full day on tap for you tomorrow beginning at 11:30 a.m. on Sports Time Ohio. In the air, right field, there's Chu. One away. Speaking of all bets are off, they tell us that Monday we have an off day, and all bets are off will be live from Toledo. The Columbus Clippers will be up there to play the Mud Hens. We'll have that game on Sports Time Ohio, and Bruce Drennan's going to do his show from the famous Tony Pacos.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
that'll be fun. We've had a lot of Mondays off this month.
First time I ever heard of Tony Pacos was watching MASH. Jamie Farr's character, what was his name?
Klinger.
Klinger, yeah. He used to talk about Tony Pacos hot dogs. Coney dogs are pretty good.
You've been up there to have one?
Yeah. I get around.
Yes, you do. When it comes to food, you sure do.
0-2 pitch. Popped. Foul. Into the seats. David Murphy, 2 singles, a walk, and a foul out tonight. One and two. By the way, our matchup tomorrow, Jeremy Sowers for the Tribe and Scott Feldman going for his 12th win of the year for Texas. He's 11-4.
Wow.
An ERA of 4.01. Josh Beckett leads the American League with 13 victories heading into tonight's action.
And he's in line for another tonight. He started that ball game against Detroit.
Tell you, he's putting himself in pretty good position to win the Cy Young Award. That would put him at 14, and
he was right there in 07 when CeCe was there, right? And CeCe ended up winning it.
Yeah, they were neck and neck. Swung on and missed. 2 down as Lewis records his second strikeout tonight. Marlon Byrd, he led off the 8th inning with a base hit that led to a 3-run insurance inning for Texas. Took it from a 2-0 game to a 5-zip affair. One and one to count. Stay tuned for the Conrad's postgame show. Comes your way right after the ball game. We'll look back at the highlights and get you set up for tomorrow's series finale. Outside corner, 1 and 2. And Lewis throws it right by him. Strikes out 3 tonight. But the Rangers take a 5-0 lead into the bottom of the 9th when we come back. On 5 runs here, bottom of the 9th. And C.J. Wilson will stay on to try to finish it up. Shin-Soo Choo, Johnny Peralta, Travis Hafner due up for the Tribe. Pitch is down low, ball 1. Strike to the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. And it's 2-1. C.J. Wilson with the 2-1 delivery. Chu pops it in the air, shallow left, dropping in a hurry, and a diving catch is made by Bourbon.
He can cover some ground in a hurry. Didn't look like he got the best of jump on that ball, and maybe playing a little bit deeper than normal. This is going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it, and to get that leadoff man, big play. Left-hander comes in, dives in forward, makes a very nice play.
Yes, he did. Johnny Peralta 0 for 3 steps in. Looks at a first pitch strike.
He's one of those guys there, Matt, in their home field out there in Arlington, where you need speed in the outfield to cover the grounds and the gaps in that ballpark.
Yeah. Up high, 1-1. Bounced it in there. Hey, the Indians announced tonight that the American Cancer Society raised $32,000 today for their cause as part of the tribe's new community initiative, Fill the House for Charity. So another good night here at the ballpark. Close to 19,000 in attendance. Full count. And the payoff pitch struck him out looking.
No, went right back inside. It looked like Johnny might have been looking away.
Let's have a look at our Northern Ohio Buick Pontiac GMC performance of the game. Tommy Hunter, he was terrific tonight.
Yeah, 20 of 28 first pitch strikes, the longest outing in his young career. Looking to go to 5-2, and he really did pitch a good ball game.
That will bring up Travis Hafner. Cronk 2 for 3 tonight. He doubled in the 4th, singled in the 7th. Good fastball from Wilson, 94 miles an hour. And the count is 1-1. Boy, he has some kind of glare, doesn't he? Inside corner, strike called, 1-2 the count. I don't think Wilson even cracks anything remotely close to a smile when he's on the mound.
No, sir.
A permanent scowl. So C.J. Wilson with a 2-ball, 2-strike count. Trying to finish what Tommy Hunter started here tonight. And the 2-2. Little tap or foul. Because of the 3 runs scored by Texas in the top half of the 8th inning, it's not a save situation for C.J. Wilson. But if he gets one more save, and you assume he will, Texas will have 2 guys with 15 saves. That's happened 45 times since 1959, where teams had two or more guys. Or it's 1969, where you've had two guys have 15 or more saves for the same team. It seems like a lot to me.
Well, you know, there have been teams that try it, and you go by
that bullpen by committee thing.
Committee, but that usually it doesn't work unless you have a great setup guy where the closer gets hurt and he really fills in nicely.
3-2, strike 3 called. Hafner can't believe it, but this game is over. C.J. Wilson strikes out 3 in an inning and a third of work. So the Rangers even the series with a 5-0 win. Tommy Hunter is now 5-2 for Texas. He went 7 2/3 shutout innings for the Rangers here tonight. The loss goes to Fausto Carmona. He drops to 2-7. With the win, Texas now 63-49. With the loss, the Indians are 49-64. Time now for the Key Bank Key